Have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil? His legend is very bizarre and scary. Just imagine, a strange creature, with bat wings and a horse's head, that was supposedly born from a curse back in the 18th century in New Jersey. It all started with a woman called Mother Leeds, who already had 12 children, and when she was pregnant with her 13th, she got angry and released one of the devils. When she was pregnant with her 13th child. And guess what? The baby was born strange, turned into a sinister creature, and flew out of the chimney. Since then, people swear they've seen the animal out there, terrifying everyone. There's a story from the early 1900s where a group of people saw him for an entire week. It was total pandemonium. The newspapers couldn't stop talking about it. Just imagine, the police went after the animal, the schools closed and everything. And this creature is so famous that it even inspired the New Jersey ice hockey team to be called the New Jersey Devils. Crazy, right? There are a lot of people who think it's just a myth, but let's get to know this story a little. I separated it into 3 parts. Part 1. Origin of the Jersey Devil. The story of the Jersey Devil begins in a very curious way. Back in 1735, there was a woman known as Mother Leeds who lived in the Pine Barrens, a somewhat isolated region in New Jersey. So just imagine the situation. Mother Leeds already had 12 children.
Dude, 12.
You can imagine the chaos, right? Then when she found out that she was pregnant with her 13th, she kind of lost her temper and said something like, "Let it be the devil." When she was pregnant with her 13th child. Kind of dramatic, right? And here comes the bizarre part. The night the baby was born, he was apparently normal, but not for long. Suddenly, the baby began to transform into a hideous creature. He grew bat wings, a horse's head, horns, sharp claws, and a long tail. Can you imagine the terror? People say he let out an ear-piercing scream and went flying down the chimney, straight into the Pine Barrens forest. After that, the Jersey Devil became a legend in the region. Local residents swear by it that he's still out there, roaming the forests and scaring anyone who dares to cross his path. Oh, and there's a curious detail. They say the story has several versions, but this is the one that's stuck and is told from generation to generation. You'll know, right? Folklore is always full of mysteries and twists. Part 2. Jersey Devil Sightings. You won't believe the reports about the Jersey Devil. These sightings are enough to give anyone goosebumps. Then, things started to get serious at the beginning of the 20th century. In January 1909, real chaos broke out in the New Jersey region and even in Philadelphia. For a whole week, people started seeing the Jersey Devil everywhere. Like a lot of people. The descriptions were always frightening: a creature with huge wings, a strange body, and a scream that scared even the bravest. Some people said it flew over the trees, while others found bizarre footprints in the snow that looked like something out of a nightmare. Imagine waking up in the morning and finding those footprints in the backyard. People were so scared that the case started appearing in the newspapers every day. It was as if the Jersey Devil was on a horror tour, making appearances everywhere. Schools closed, the police were called, and even hunting parties were formed to try to capture the creature. The crazy thing is that, even with all this commotion, no one managed to catch the demon. He simply disappeared without leaving a trace. After this week of pure panic, the sightings decreased, but never stopped completely. To this day, there are people who swear up and down that they have seen or heard the Jersey Devil in the Pine Barrens forest. And look at this, whenever someone claims to have seen the creature, the stories gain strength again, and the mystery only increases. Is it real, or is it just a figment of the collective imagination? You'll know, but it sends a chill down your spine just thinking about it. It does. But first, I need to ask you. Are you enjoying? Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos and leave a like. Part 3. Cultural impact of the Jersey Devil. So, have you heard about how the Jersey Devil became a true cultural icon? This legend not only terrifies, but also fascinates many people. After all those bizarre sightings and cases reported in the newspapers, the Jersey Devil ended up gaining a special place in popular culture. And it's not just a horror story you tell around the campfire, no. The impact of this mysterious creature has spread to many corners of American culture. First, we have the NHL ice hockey team, the New Jersey Devils. That's right. They borrowed the creature's name for the team. Cool, huh? The team is super popular, and the name definitely doesn't let anyone forget this local legend. And there's more. The Jersey Devil has inspired a ton of horror films, books, TV series, and even documentaries. You can find the creature in stories everywhere, from independent horror films to episodes of ghost-busting shows. People really love the mystery and fear that this legend brings. Not to mention the festivals and events that take place there in New Jersey. There are tours in the Pine Barrens forests, where local guides tell you all the scary stories while you explore the place. Just imagine walking through those forests knowing that the devil could be lurking there. Another cool thing is that the Jersey Devil has become a kind of symbol in local folklore. It's one of those cases where the line between myth and reality becomes very blurred, and we end up asking ourselves, is there really any truth behind this story? The fact is that the Jersey Devil has captured the imagination of generations and remains a fascinating part of American culture. Whether you're a fan of urban legends or just someone curious about the supernatural, this story definitely doesn't go unnoticed. So what do you think? Is the Jersey Devil real or just an invention to scare people? In any case, it is a legend that is still alive and will remain something to talk about for a long time. So that's today's video. I hope you liked it. See you in the next story.